Hi and welcome. We just finished watching Ouija.
Ouija or Ouija? I'm not really sure. I think it depends on the person.
Ouija
But
board.
Ouija. Luigi.
I thought it was good for a horror movie, but typical, very typical.
I thought it was horrible. I thought it was very anticlimactic and very predictable and very, I don't know, I thought it was just kind of dumb, you know? I mean, horror movies are supposed to be stupid, and that's half the fun of them, but this one was really just kind of boring, and the concepts were dumb, and...
If they're trying to be serious, then it just comes off as a really bad movie. I like the bad horror movies where they know that nobody's going to take them seriously. Then it's funny. Or everything's bad no matter what. But these, you had good acting. You had good scare moments here and there. But the story is so typical. It's extremely classic supernatural. So.
Yeah. So... I was disappointed. I mean, I didn't really go into it expecting much, but, the concept of Ouija boards, well, I mean, they've always freaked me out, ever since, I have a fear of possession. It's, like, one of my big fears, like, fear of puking, fear of possession, fear of rabies. They're all phobias.
At least that phobia is the least likely one you're gonna get.
What, rabies?
We'll go with rabies, because I just rethought that, and possession could possibly be one of the most likeliest ones you would get.
Then they just put me in the mental hospital, and then...
Because that's what would really happen in these horror movies. None of this fake shit that's going on. Anyways, we're going to go in with our spoiler alert now, because I'm not going to review...
One more thing to say. And I don't remember what it was,
Alright,
but if you give me just a second, then I'll think about it. Something about the show. Oh, I'm just saying that you ever watch movies and think, God, I wish if I'd done it, I would have done it so much better. And I could think of that. In fact, me and Amy are going to be filming some horror shorts.
Absolutely.
In the future, and a Ouija board will definitely be one of them.
Well, food for thought. I mean, if you have any recommendations for horror movies for us to watch, not for horror, but for how they do it.
Or for horror.
Horror's fun too, but I want good examples of how they use sound and lighting, and not so much the flashy special effects, more of the simple ones.
Like Drag Me to Hell, I really enjoyed because it used a lot of music and lighting, and just as she was saying, same with Insidious, I thought.
They were geniuses.
Yeah, but I appreciate B and C movies almost better because they have to rely on that kind of stuff, and it's pretty cool.
And it really creates a mood that you just don't get with a lot of the other ones.
Right, so...
American Ghost Story.
I know that.
Let me tell you that one. Not the best ghost movie, and definitely low budgeted, but that was the best part of it. They used what they had so well. I was impressed just with that.
The ghost was actually under a sheet. That's how you saw the ghost, because it would appear under a sheet, and you'd think that's stupid, but it was actually really freaky.
It was creepy.
Very freaky. You throw the sheet out in the air, and then all of a sudden it's like something's under it.
And then you watch that, and you think, I could do that. Just throw a sheet on.
But anyways, that's, Tina and Kenny, you both just asked how the movie was. It stunk.
It was okay.
Well, okay, Amy liked it.
We never agree on that, though.
Well, yeah.
But my standards aren't really high for that type of stuff. I was amused, and that's all I need to be happy.
Okay, so Amy's going to do her spoiler alert now, so...
Spoiler alert.
Go ahead.
I'm just going to quickly go through the movie. Like I said, it was a classic, very predictable. So you have a girl, and she gets haunted, she dies, and her friends are like, oh my god, we gotta say goodbye. And so they get the Ouija board and they try to communicate with her. But lo and behold, it's not really her they're talking to, it's some evil ghost. So all of a sudden they start dying one by one. The other friends kind of panic about it.
I remember what I was going to say. Just real quick.
Rude.
I mean, about talking to somebody that you didn't think you're talking to. I've always been afraid of possession. Ever since, The Exorcist. She was talking to Captain Howdy, and that's the ghost thingy that possessed her.
Oh.
Go ahead.
I don't remember it.
Well,
Gotta watch that movie again.
I remember details.
Anyways, the friends, at least one of them, goes to enlist help from the previous family member, and she tells her how to defeat this ghost, and they go and do everything they ask, but lo and behold, they are actually releasing it and making it more powerful, because the psycho was a liar. So predictable. So finally they consult somebody else. It's the Spanish grandmother, or Nana, that's what she calls her.
Nana, I can't figure it out.
Yeah, and she tells them exactly what they have to do to defeat the ghost. So they go and do that, and
which, if they'd ever even paid attention to an episode of Supernatural, they would realize how to defeat the ghost. You just burn the body, burn the board, blah 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 blah. And
you could Google that.
Yeah, and you ever noticed in movies there always seems to be a Spanish woman that's usually the housekeeper or the nana or nana.
Yeah.
This is grandma and ama, so I don't really know which.
And they're always deeply religious, and they're the ones you consult or they warn you away from whatever it is you're about to do. I've seen this countless amounts of times in horror movies.
Yes, we're not being racist. I can name off movies. They're always Spanish.
Yeah.
Amy was worried that if I said that I'd sound like racist, but
actually no.
Okay then.
I'm taking things out of proportion.
But it's not. It's true. The black guy always dies first. It just happens.
Not really.
Well, not so much anymore, but stereotypical.
Yeah, stereotypical.
Get your final girl, your person that dies.
The virgin.
The virgin.
Yeah.
The slut. Usually a white girl slut.
I really like the movies where they actually kill the virgin. I remember seeing a movie where they did that once, and I was so surprised because I had never seen that before. She was actually going out to get laid. It was her first time ever. She was so excited, and then boom, she's dead.
Well, that doesn't make her the virgin then.
She died a virgin, and I don't think anybody should ever have to die a virgin.
Well, the virgin and the concept of it is if she was going to have sex, she was about to defile herself, therefore making her not the stereotypical virgin. The virgin's supposed to be the final girl, but of course, and that
is being judged guilty before proven guilty.
Well, either way, that was the formula for horror movies. Still is sometimes, but I think they've changed it up a lot.
You have to. It's too predictable. But then you get a lot of movies like these where the formula is still exactly the same. Which, it gets disappointing. I really like a movie where I really can't predict what's going to happen.
Yeah. Anyways, we're about to watch Dracula Untold, so, I love epic movies, and I actually don't know if I've ever seen anything referencing, how Dracula became Dracula. I love Dracula movies, and I've done, one of my favorite papers to do in college was Dracula Through the Ages, how media reflects society, and you can see that because there's a Dracula movie made every frickin' decade, and he changed, based on what society found scary at that time. And I'm sure I'm boring you with this, but I always found it interesting. And but we'll get more into Dracula Untold after we watch the movie. And I thought we mentioned something last time about random facts, so I thought we could each put in 2 random facts. Go.
What?
Put in 2 random facts.
The blanket is green that we're on.
Okay. And it's electric. That was one of my facts. What's yours?
Oh, another one. I'm about to have a beer. That is a fact.
Question. You're drinking all this good stuff for you because you think you're getting sick. You're going to go out and drink a beer.
That's what my body wants.
And your body should get what it wants.
That's right.
Okay, my last fact is male octopus or octopi, I'm not sure what the plural is on that. A male octopus, I found out, detaches his penis and it has a mind of its own in order to go and impregnate a female octopus. I wonder if it grows back.
The only difference between the octopus and the man is that it detaches there.
Anyways, I'm going to put this up while Amy go gets her beer, and then we're going to watch Dracula Untold. Hey, leave us some comments. We're probably not funny or cool, but we're having fun doing this. So, we're fun. We take requests, You want to watch Amy jumping up and down in slow motion? We can do that. We can do that.
We've been rambling for almost 12 minutes now.
Okay,
Let's
well,
start it off.
live long and prosper.
If you prosper, share the wealth. Okay.
Yeah, share the wealth. All right, we'll see you soon. Bye, guys.